Welcome to the Explainer. We're all about turning complicated subjects into clear, practical insights you can actually use. Okay, so let's jump right into this classic business mystery. It's a situation every single company dreads, right? But here's the thing. Finding the solution isn't about guesswork or panic. It's about having a structured process, kind of like a detective's method to lead you straight to the real culprit. You know, before a detective can even think about solving a case, they need a map of the city. For us, that map is what we'll call the marketing playbook. Think of it as your master blueprint. It shows how every single part of the business, from strategy all the way to sales, is connected, so you know exactly where to start looking for clues. So, part one of the playbook is all about the big picture, your strategy. This isn't about the day-to-day tasks. This is about setting the entire direction of the ship. It's where you plan the business, and this is so crucial, where you do the ongoing research to really understand what's happening out there in the market. Okay, next up, operations. This is the engine room of your business. It's all the stuff that brings your product or service to life. You know, developing the right things, managing all your relationships with suppliers, and working with the distributors who actually get your product out into the world. And finally, as you'd expect, all roads lead right to the customer. This is where the playbook gets into creating buzz, generating demand, actually fulfilling the orders, and, this is a big one, providing fantastic support after the sale is done. You see how every piece connects to this final critical interaction? All right, so we've got our map of the business in hand. The investigation can officially begin. And just like any good detective story, it starts with the most critical step of all, correctly defining the mystery. And I'm telling you, this is where so many investigations go completely off the rails. I heard about one retail chain that saw sales drop, and they immediately blamed their ads. They spent a ton of time and money researching their advertising, only to find out the ads were working great. The real issue? Their stores weren't delivering on the promises the ads were making. They were busy investigating the wrong mystery entirely. So to avoid that exact mistake, you have to be crystal clear on your research objective. Are you doing exploratory research just to get a handle on a vague issue, like why are customers so unhappy? Or is it descriptive, where you're trying to describe something, like what percentage of our users are under 30? Or is it causal, where you're testing a specific guess, like if we offer a 10% discount, will sales go up enough to make it worth it? Each question needs a totally different investigation method. So once you have that clear objective locked in, you can officially start gathering your clues. And just like a real detective, you don't just wander around hoping to stumble on something. You use a systematic 5-step process. And here it is. This is the path. Every good marketing detective follows these 5 steps to get from a really confusing problem to a clear-as-day answer. First, you define the problem. Then, you develop your plan of attack. Next up, collect the data. That's your clues. After that, you analyze the information to find the patterns. And finally, you present your results and solve the case. Your investigation always starts by reviewing the existing clues, what we call secondary data. This is info that's already out there, in reports, publications, government stats. It's way faster and cheaper. Only after you've squeezed every drop of insight from these existing clues do you move on to collecting new evidence, or primary data. That stuff is more specific to your case, for sure, but it's also going to cost you more. So let's say you've decided you absolutely need some fresh, new evidence that's tailored to your specific mystery. Well, you've got several methods at your disposal to go out and get it. Generally, they fall into 3 main buckets. You can use observation, which is literally just watching what people do. You can use surveys to ask people directly what they think or why they do certain things. Or you can run controlled experiments to test a very specific cause and effect relationship. And wow, have we seen a huge shift in how this data actually gets collected? I mean, while older methods like phone calls are still around, the game has been completely changed by online surveys. They've totally taken over for one simple reason. They are incredibly fast and super cost-effective. You can gather massive amounts of data in just a fraction of the time. All right, so you've done the field work. You've collected all your clues. But right now, they're probably just a chaotic mess of raw data points, numbers, and random quotes. They don't really mean anything. Yet. So, the next mission-critical step is to bring some order to this chaos. You've got to systematically organize all this information so you can finally start to see the hidden patterns. The technical term for this code-cracking process is tabulation. Now, tabulation might sound a little technical, but all it really is the process of organizing all your data. You standardize the answers, you group similar responses into categories, and yeah, you often put them into tables. It's the essential step that gets your raw data ready for real analysis, so you can finally see what it's trying to tell you. And this is the magic moment. Once you've tabulated it, that confusing pile of survey answers transforms into a picture that is crystal clear. What was just noise a minute ago is now a clear signal, making it totally obvious that a huge majority of your customers want feature A. This is the aha moment. This is the whole point of the investigation. As Fauzi Matar put it, research is the thing that connects you directly to your customer through information. It's that breakthrough moment where you finally truly understand their world. So, with the code cracked and that powerful insight in your hand, you are now ready for the final act, presenting your findings and, most importantly, closing the case by making a decisive move. Because ultimately, all that research, all that data, it all boils down to a decision. It provides the solid evidence you need to move forward with real confidence. The question is no longer some vague, what should we do? It's a clear, data-driven, based on the evidence, is this a yes or a no? And that, right there, is why this entire process matters so much. It's designed to systematically take the guesswork, the personal bias, and all those risky bets out of business. It lets you build your strategy on what you know to be true, not just on what you think or hope is true. So, now that you have the detective's playbook, I want you to think about your own work. What is the single biggest question, the most pressing mystery that you need to solve right now? And how can this process help you find the real answer?